Hey all, Mr. Rip here. Just wanted to give a quick overview of the Battle of the Century. So Flash and I have been pretty much at the top for the last year or so, but have never been able to come together and actually battle it out due to all the new battle regions and everything else. And they split up our guild and we came back together and we got in the same battle region, so we were able to finally come back together and actually have a battle. And one of the things I noticed when he was battling rocks was, if you see, I had some inclination and a theory that, Terra is not the best in PvP. And I was corresponding with one of the older players as well, and he confirmed it, that, hey, Terra is probably not the best in PvP, but you can also see he's usually the first one that dies. Every one of these rounds, like, Terra's the first one to die, whether it's the second round, third round, or, the first or second battle or whatever. Eventually, except for this one, yeah, Terra ends up, kicking the bucket. See, this one, I think it's the last, but, Terra's the first one to die. So I think in this case, Terra's the weak link. But then also, if you think about it, and I can't find it in here because it doesn't show it, but after like 30 seconds of battle in Duel Legends, it's like 40% more damage, and there's all these other stipulations, right? And so when you're fighting, maybe a warrior or a tank, they're not going to be able to outdamage rangers and high damage mage output. So if you look at this, what I ended up doing is, his anchor team was at the top, and obviously he knows, they're supposed to go on the bottom. And the reason why that is the case is because, right here where it says, victorious team will carry a state of fatigue. And so essentially, it gets weaker and weaker and weaker and does less damage and takes more damage as they go. And so typically you always want to put your anchor team at the bottom. And so, every single one of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the rounds, he beat all my teams until I got to my anchor team here. Down here at the bottom. And what I did was, obviously everyone kind of fleshes out all their personal attributes for Ranger first. So you see I've got 2 Rangers in there, and then obviously we have Excessium in there, who's a high damage mage, sort of assassin mage type, but essentially they're just 3 high output damagers. And when you think about Yuna and T2, which both Flash and I both have, Yuna is going to slow both teams, right? Even if one team has T2, Yuna is going to slow everyone on the field. So you need damage to make up for it, right? And then add on to that 40% damage when that 30-second timer hits. And Yuna's providing invulnerability, and then this whole team has like blasphemy crowns. So that'll help you. Actually, maybe not all of them have blasphemy crowns. Let's take a look at the details. Yeah, so 3 of them have blasphemy crowns, and then I put energy regen on Mythia, and then I put the crit on Excessium. And so he had something similar. But anyway, so that's kind of what I put in there. You can see it's probably one of the strongest teams that you can have for an anchor team, which is Yuna, Gilga, Excessium, Maria, and Mythia. And so I'd recommend always putting it at the bottom, and then, try to counter, whatever they have. In this case, he had Gilga, Terra, Mythia, and Undine. And, Terra works pretty good, but you need somebody with, like, shields for Terra. Like, if you have maybe Ra, because he has a lot of shielding. And then you have the dancer chick, I forgot her name, but she's got shielding, so you put those 2 with him. He tends to do pretty well. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys a look at the outcome of that. So I was able to beat the first one. Victory! If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the game. Been a little busy lately working, but feel free to reach out and I will respond. Anyway, have fun out there playing a game, and good luck.